This is going to tick you off. I know it ticked me off when I first saw it. Okay, so we had a horrific thing happen here in Maryland. Okay? There was a boat crash. You may have heard of it. A ship from Singapore named the Dolly hit a bridge in Baltimore, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, knocked it down in literal bridge. Turns out the ship had a malfunction aboard, an electrical malfunction, and lost power. So it lost the ability to stop itself. They tried to phone in and say, hey, we got a problem. But before anybody could really help them, they drifted into the bridge, collapsing the bridge. Now, the boat was just not a boat, it's a ship. And the ship weighs about 100,000 tons. That's when it's empty. And it wasn't empty. So this humongous ship crashes into this humongous bridge that has people on it, and cars on it, and workers on it. And a number of people lose their lives. We got 4 dead workers who were busy filling potholes on the bridge. They perished. We had 2 people that were, fortunately, by the grace of God, rescued. 2 more people that were lost, actually found later, submerged in a truck, who also perished. And we're not sure if that's everybody because, it's a bridge. People could have been on the bridge. And the problem is, in the water, there's nothing but debris, sharp metal, rock, and what have you. My deepest condolences to the family of those who are deceased. I'm sorry for your loss. So this is a horrific event, right? And that's bad enough, right? That's a horrific thing. People lost their lives. Just imagine the terror. You're driving along the bridge, and then out of some crazy sci-fi movie, suddenly the bridge goes bye-bye. Okay? And you wake up, hopefully, in a better place. So this is a horrible story, man, and I'm not telling you this story just because I want you to relive the grimness and the sadness and the sorrow. I'm telling you this because there are people that are actually using this as an opportunity to score political points and a way to fan racism across the internet. Yeah, who knew? They were actually trolling conservatives. I think they're conservatives. I could be wrong. On the internet, particularly on Twitter or X. Rolling with Elon Musk. No, you're surprised, right? They were saying that the reason why the bridge collapsed was because of the mayor. Because the mayor is DEI. So DEI is another word for black, which is what they do with everything. Everything that helps everyone, they always blame black people for it. Affirmative action, they made it about black people, even though more white women got jobs and advancement from affirmative action than black people. But it didn't matter. Whenever they saw a black person, they said, you got the job because of affirmative action. Even though their wives were benefiting from it. Even though if there was white women saying it, they were actually benefiting from it more than we ever did. Not to mention Latinos benefit, Eskimos benefit, Jewish folks benefit. All types of folks benefit who aren't straight white males. Okay? Because that's the way they diluted this whole idea of what a minority is, which I hate anyway. I hate that term. So back to DEI. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's it. So their whole thing is this. If it wasn't for the mayor being a DEI hire or black, they don't want to say black, they say DEI. Because Mayor Brandon Scott is black, he obviously must be DEI. Because he's black. He couldn't have just, done it on merit. It had to be given to him because, he's DEI. Because of DEI, they put him here. This is how they think. This is what they said. Like this smart guy on X. Notice how many views he got. Blame DEI. Now, mind you, this is a bridge that fell. It's a bridge. It sits there. It was sitting there long before Brandon took office. It's been sitting there probably for, 75 years. I don't know how long it's been there. It's been there for a long time. But they're saying Brandon should have stopped the ship from hitting the bridge, though we know the ship was being manned the ship was being sailed or controlled by Singaporeans. So they don't want to blame the Singaporeans who actually hit the bridge and killed people. No, they want to blame a black guy they don't know in a state, in a city they don't live in for a tragic event that took place that he had no control over. Folks, this is the country that we live in. This is the world that we live in. These people, I don't know if they call themselves Democrats or Republicans, but they are definitely racist, bigots, and assholes. And they reside on X or Twitter, where they went unfettered, unchallenged, bashing and smashing about, pointing at black people saying DEI, 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 DEI. In their minds, black people can never be qualified for something unless it's getting shot, going to jail, running with a football or basketball, or singing a song. I would say rapping, but they love to give that top slot to Eminem for some strange reason. Oh, that's right. What's also so crazy about the DEI thing is that Baltimore is a city. No one appointed Brandon Scott. He was elected. He was elected by his over 60% black constituency. So he was elected to a position, and they're saying he was installed because he's black in a predominantly black city. It doesn't make sense. And the people that are spouting it, the people that rode for a whole week talking this nonsense, it doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense because the people that follow them and listen to them, that are influenced by them, that gets retweets and reposts, don't care about facts. They don't look up anything. They don't check anything. And now that they know that bridges don't move into the oncoming ship's path, that a bridge is a stationary object, and that the ship ran into the bridge, and the bridge was doing its job, minding its damn business when it was destroyed. Now that they know that, do you think they're going to go and correct themselves, correct the guys that were posting it, the Neanderthals, the scumbags, the morons that were posting this nonsense? Of course not. Of course not. Why would they do that? Because they didn't have to admit that they are racist bigots or that they were fooled by racist bigots. And they don't want to do that. They'd rather just say, you got victim mentality, Tim Black. You thought you were a victim. You're a victim, Tim Black. That's what's wrong. Brandon Scott is not the reason why the bridge collapsed. And Brandon Scott was not driving the ship that hit the bridge. But to the morons that are making those posts online, it don't matter. Because they have followers who are too stupid to fact check, who don't look up anything. And as long as they get to blame a black man, all is right with the world. You need a proof that America's full of jackasses and morons? All you got to do is Google the word Brandon Scott. You'll get all the proof you need.